Julia have.
Good morning. If I may indulge and just hand down a little flyer to show you the importance of what we are looking at this issue. Code enforcement of Rollingwood, Alcovy Shores, Turtle Cove subdivisions, in addressing our issues with escalating problems of theft, vandalism, drug trafficking, and break-ins. We have created a committee, a neighborhood committee, and we're calling it the ASRCTC Revitalization Committee, simply standing for the abbreviations of the areas. And our desire would be to keep this before the board and these objectives before the board, to look at each one of them and to address each one of them. These are just obviously suggested objectives, and we're certainly open to interaction and communication about these, but the objectives submitted today with regard to this issue with Alcovy Shores, Rolling Cove, Turtle Cove subdivisions, and the escalating problems of crime. Number one, we need the neighborhoods cleaned up, which includes the code enforcement. Number two, we need more patrols on a daily basis, not just Thursday through Sunday. Number three, we need a drug task force reinstated. Number four, we need a neighborhood watch program. Number five, we need crimes investigated within 24 hours, not weeks later. Number six, we need a reinforced curfew in the neighborhoods. And then the last two objectives will be addressed later. Obviously, this is a mass amount of issues that need to be dealt with, but since our crimes are 80%, we understand, juvenile in our area, we need to look at what steps can be taken to improve the cooperation efforts between law enforcement and the judicial system with regard to juvenile crimes. And finally, we need a look at how the district DJJ system can maximize its effectiveness by utilizing all rehabilitation programs and facilities that are available in our judicial circuit. This is an outline, this is suggested objectives, and we are serious about this. We think that this community is, if we set this community in order, we will keep from this spreading into surrounding communities, which have already been the case. So there's also a blog spot that has been created, www.takeourneighborhoodback.blogspot.com, which is created for public access for them to present comments, pictures, to communicate, to open the dialogue. I understand. Can I just indulge for just a couple more minutes?
3 minutes.
Well, let me ask one final question. To obtain these objectives, the question came up, do we have a full-time code enforcement officer that can work with us to fulfill these objectives? That would be a question. Is there an answer?
You're running out of time, but what would be good is if you get with Greg. Greg is knowledgeable about exactly what resources. Actually, personally, I would like to see this on as a workshop item where we're spending some time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's what I would like to see.
Appreciate it.
I agree totally with what you put down.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
If we could have this workshop item, maybe we could address it.
Thank you.
Okay, Carolyn McCool.
Harold McCurdy, Rollingwood, Cove, and Alcovy Shores. I have 34 pages here. I'm not going to read them. That's the good news. I asked Melissa Slocum if she would please give me a printout of the total calls for last year from January through December just for those two areas. There were 576 calls made. Now please keep in mind some of those are medical. It's listed as heart, respiratory, diabetes, and that kind of thing. Most of them, though, have to do with 911, sheriff call, needing some help. Some of those, of course, medical. It's not unusual to see that some of them have 4 or 5 vehicles responding. But in a lot of these, there's several vehicles responding for a call. So, you know, when you start looking at that, that's a lot of gas being used and such. I guess the thing that I've been concerned about for over 12 years, longer than those 12 years, is how many responses we have in that area. And it's almost like you have the broken window theory that I keep talking about, that when you have all these violations of the dwellings, the yards and such, that automatically relates into some crime and all of that. The main thing I want to ask you is, who is responsible when you have one landlord in an area and there's repeaters at that same property over and over? Even some of them been taken to court, but only enough corrected to get them off the hook, and then we start over again. The code enforcer has worked nicely when I call her. She really, and so did the former code enforcer. As a matter of fact, that's the first time we've really got some results. So, my thing to you is, please keep in mind, these 34 pages is a lot of calls.